soccer game of the season and my coach was yelling at me to pass it off, so I finally did. I was taking this course that I had assigned to myself called LSD Psychotherapy, and to me I was getting an A. So it became 4:20 and time for an antipsychotic as my eyes were swollen shut. This is a poem written through osmosis of the pen. First verse that comes out on the page. So I had this roommate in college who was psychotically immature in the pretense of being motherly, and I think it made me smoke myself to death in college. But we had some good mean conversations that could have been printed in really cheesy literature. And then I experienced some really cutting edge family abuse. It was cutting edge because I was an artist. Riding on the train, my cousin left me with the memory of her poses. She thought the family revolved around her poses. I was pushed into the scapegoat role by my family. These repetitive thoughts and memories left me with major anxiety, and I had to knock on the psychiatrist's office door, where I was to repeat to him what was going on in my mind. And he would come up with a diagnosis or a cure for this repetitive chain of thoughts. But the thing is, when I stepped out of his office, nothing worked. So I thought I might handcuff myself to the psychiatrist. On my way home, I ride my bike next to the bus and lie down next to it. I really fell, but they said I'd lie down. A bird priest talks to me in my subconscious, telling me not to take revenge like him. The blame wouldn't stop from outside sources, so there was no relief from the scapegoat or victim role. People were consistently pushing me back in this role. My mom picked up a book called Reviving Ophelia. It was because I blossomed early, and after blossoming, I was destroyed. I pushed down my grandmother who got in the way of me having sex at an early age. Due to anger, I wanted solitude, sex, and drugs, and I was just getting started. This was the reason I had 42 tardies in one semester. This was occurring while I was in the 8th grade and I slept all day in class, and this teacher slammed his hand down on the desk. I pretended like I couldn't read to get attention, and these girls started reading The Hound of the Baskervilles in a really condescending way. So it was back to the parties and the alcohol and the men. And I was a really graceful athlete, and people were really jealous of that, but it taught me Zen and the art of war, how to be on the defense in my life. And finally, to take the offensive position to recover for my redemption.